Hey guys, welcome back again. So in this video, we'll be talking about view binding, and it is not data binding. So basically, in simple words, view binding replaces findViewById calls. That is, you do not have to call findViewById for each of the views inside your XML layout. Rather than what view binding does is that it will generate a binding class for each of the XML layout. And to enable view binding, firstly, you should note that view binding is only available in Android 3.6 Canary 11 Plus. And to include view binding, we have to go to the app level build.gradle file and we have to enable view binding like this. That is view binding enabled to be true. And if your Gradle plugin version is 4 and above, then you have to use it inside the build features as shown here. And now what are the benefits of using view binding? So let me scroll down here. And here we can see the differences from findViewById. Firstly, that it has a null safety included. That is, we cannot reference a view with an invalid view ID. And then we also have type safety. That is, it matches the types of views inside our XML layout. And if we compare it with data binding, then this view binding has a faster compilation time and it is very easy to use, as we'll see inside Android Studio. So let's go to Android Studio and let's see that how do we enable this view binding thing. So here I've created a new empty project with the minimum API level of 16. As we can see here that the min SDK version is 16 and the targeted SDK version is 29. So now to check the current Gradle plugin which you are using inside your project, you can go to this thing here, that is file, and then you can click on project structure. So once we click here, we can see that our Android Gradle plugin version is 3.6.2. So to enable view binding in this version, we can use this thing here. We can go to the app level build.gradle file that is currently opened here. And here inside this Android tab here, we need to enable view binding like this. So here we can call view binding. And let me increase the font size. And here we can use this thing here, that is view binding, and here enabled equal to true, like this. So that's all you need to do to enable view binding inside your project. We do not have to include any dependencies. We just have to do this thing here, that is view binding enabled equal to true. And the other way you can use is that, let me comment this thing out from here. You can also do view binding dot enabled equal to true. So either you can use this thing here or you can use this thing here. So whatever suits you, you can use that. So let me use this thing here. So now let's click on sync now to sync our project. So now while it's syncing, let's go to our activity main.xml file here. And here we see that we have our text view here with no ID. So let's give it an ID of text view like this. And now let's change the text size to be display 1. And now let me remove the bottom constraint from this text view. And now I'll add one more button here, that is this button here. And I'll add another text view here, that is this text view. And now I'll select all the three and center them horizontally in the parent. So center horizontally in parent, and I'll make a vertical chain. So chain, create vertical chain like this. And we see that this text view has an ID of text view. As we can see that this is the ID of text view. And this button has an ID of button, as we can see here. And this text view has an ID of text view 3. So firstly, what I'm going to do, that is I'm going to remove this ID from here. That is, I do not want this text view to have an ID. So let me remove this ID from here like this. And now we have three views. One is text view with ID text view. One is button with button, and then a text view which doesn't have an ID. So now what view binding will do is that it will take this XML file with the name of activity main.xml file, and it will create a class according to this file name. And binding class would be called activity main binding. So to use that inside our main activity, what I'll do, let's go to our main activity, and here, since the name of the XML file is activity main.xml, so the binding class would be named activity main binding. So let's use that class here, activity main binding. And this class is automatically generated because we have this thing enabled here. That is, view binding is enabled. We do not have to generate this class by ourselves, but it is automatically generated once the XML file is created. So let's call it activity main binding like this. And instead of setting content view like this, what we can do, we can say activity main binding equal to activity main binding dot inflate. And here we can simply pass the layout inflator, and we can get the layout inflator like this. So get layout inflator, And from this activity main binding, we can get the root view like this. So firstly, let me call it view equal to activity main binding dot get root like this. And let me import this view thing here. And now what I'll do, I'll simply say set content view, and here we need to pass in this view. And now to use all the views that is inside the root view, that is this inside this constraint layout, we can use this text view, this button, and this text view also. So let's use them here. So what we need to do, we need to simply get a reference to this activity main binding. So we can call it like this. So activity main binding dot button, and we can see the button has an ID of button, and the text view has an ID of text view, and the third text view doesn't have an ID, so it is not visible here. So we can use this button here, and then we can set on click listener here. So set on click listener, new view on click listener like this, and here we can simply use the button as we like. So let me make a toast here, toast, and the text would be 1 2 3. And now we can also use the text view, that is the top text view here, that is this text view, hello world text view, and we can set a text inside that text view using this activity main binding. So activity main binding dot text view dot set text, and we can say hello view binding like this. And since we do not have created an ID for this third text view, that is this text view here, so we do not have the reference to that text view inside this activity main binding class. So now let me run this application and let's see what we see here. So let's open the emulator here. So we see that the text view's text has been changed because of this thing here, that is activity main binding dot text view dot set text. And then if we click on the button here, we'll get a toast here inside our application. So let me click here, and we see that we are getting this toast here. And now let me show you one more thing. So if we create a new layout file, that is a new layout resource file, and let's call it a recycler row, that is a row for your recycler view. So let's call it recycler row. And the root element is the constraint layout. So let's click on OK here. So now what I'll do, I'll drag in a text view here, and I'll drag in an image view here like this. And let's choose some image here. So this would be the image, and let's give it a layout height and width of 100 dps for the image like this. And let's change the text appearance to be again display 1. And now let's make a horizontal chain here like this, and then let's constrain it to the top, and let me also constrain it to the top here, whatever it is. And let's change the root layout, that is constraint layout heights, to be wrap content like this. So now to use this recycler row layout or any other layout inside your application, you simply need to go to your activity or your fragment, and here you can directly use the binding class that is automatically generated, and the binding class should be named recycler row binding. So we can say that recycler row binding, and we see that it is automatically generated, and we can use it like this, that is recycler row binding equal to recycler row binding dot inflate, and here we can pass in the layout inflator like this. And then we can use this recycler row binding dot image view, and then you can set the image here like this. And then you can also use this thing here, that is recycler row binding dot text view 2 dot set text like this. So this is how you can use view binding inside your application, and I think that it is pretty easy to use, and it is much safer as compared to findViewById. So guys, that's all about this video. So if you have liked the video, do hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to my channel. And if you want, you can support me on patreon.com. I'll provide the link in the description below. So thank you, bye bye, tata, take care, and have a good day.